And with that, welcome to the Tom Greene Show as we open up a fresh episode. 1, 2, 3. Yes. Refreshment. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, do you remember this guy? Because Adam Dustin is back from his leave of absence. Welcome back to the show.
It's amazing how little time you have when you get a job, and then like the business that you have starts getting jobs too. It's like really cool. And then your internet's not working very well. I still haven't figured out the internet problem. Uploading a video takes forever. Cannot figure it out. I think it's because my brother's computer is hooked up to the whole system, and I think it's messing around with everything.
Okay.
But I am also going to get rid of my landline because I'm throwing that money away. And I'll transfer the number to my current cell phone. And get rid of the landline, and then I think everything should be fine. So we're still like a month away from it working really well. But it's nice to be back.
Mm-hmm. Because we had an original NHL show, like I said, the last one, and we had a lot of stuff. Like we had our championship pick. We had a quick shout out to a hot Fox Sports 1 chick that didn't work out. Yeah.
More ways than one.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Anyway, but speaking about before that, this is another edition of the NHL show. I specifically waited for you to get back on the show so we could do some NHL stuff.
Sounds good. I guess. I mean, what are we going to talk about? The Red Wings? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
The Red Wings are in like a terrible conference, which is great. They're not in a very good division, which is great. And yet they can't win. They can't score goals. They especially can't score on breakaways. It's been awful watching the Red Wings. I almost don't even want to watch the Red Wings anymore. It's that bad. It's really bad.
It's like the first period and the second period, they score 1 or 2 goals, and then the third period, they become the Ings. Why do they become the Ings? Because they can't get the win.
Yeah, they're really playing Lloyd Carr, Bo Schembechler, strategy. It's like they get a lead, and then they sit on the lead, and they sit back, and they basically try to just, hold on to it, and the other teams just jump all over that, and they score, and then the Red Wings keep doing it over and over and over, and then nobody can get anything in overtime, then they go to a shootout, and then the Red Wings can't score. Datsuk all of a sudden has hands made of, like, bricks, and he can't do anything, and it's awful. He's fishing too much, I think. So.
Yeah, a sign that the Wings are out of the playoffs. Datsuk posts a tweet. I know he doesn't like Twitter, but I don't care. Well, I'm going for a nice fish today. Sign that the Wings are out of the playoffs.
Pretty much.
But luckily they are in the Eastern Conference. Otherwise, I think they'd be like 8th or out.
Yeah, I think they're like 10th or 11th in the Western Conference. They're like completely out of it right now. Mm-hmm. It's really bad, which is sad because just a week ago they were like in second place in the Eastern Conference,
yeah.
Which is how bad that conference is. It's like they would really have to do this all year to probably not make the playoffs, and I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, I hope not. They have way too much talent, but clearly they're missing Nicholas Lidstrom's leadership because nobody's stepping up and saying, enough of this, guys. Let's start playing some D.
Yeah, there's just something going on. I also think it's partly because of seems like the Wings' annual injury bug. It usually always hits around February. This time it hit early, I think. December. It
did. That's a little part of it, but I actually think our best players have been the guys who aren't the highest paid. I think Tatar and Nyquist, who it took us like a month and a half to actually play them, which didn't make sense to me. Come on, Babcock. But they get in, and they're our best players. Darren Helm comes back. He's our best player. And Zetterberg, I haven't heard his name all season. Datsuk's been okay, but even Datsuk looks like that team from Dodgeball that likes to dance but not actually play the game. Because he's like out there doing all sorts of fancy passes and stuff, gets an empty net and then makes a great play and passes it to somebody else who doesn't have a shot, and then they shoot it and they whiff. And it's like, I don't like how they're playing that, but the guy who's killing them this year is Jimmy Howard.
Yes.
Talk about the Matthew Stafford of the Detroit Red Wings.
Oh, jeez.
Overpaid. Everybody's talking about how he's one of the premier guys in the league. He's overpaid. And it's like, when he's in, the puck is in. Guy couldn't stop he couldn't stop the moon from going into the net right now. He's horrible. Gustafson's a lot better. And Jimmy Howard goes in there, and it's like everything goes by him. and it's killing them.
I want Peter Griffin to start in the net for Detroit.
Peter Griffin.
Peter Mrazek.
Oh, yeah. That guy's good. I mean, Gustafson's been great. When he's in the net, he gives up like 1 or 2 goals tops. He's been awesome. And then you put in Jimmy, and it's like, Jimmy, goal! Jimmy, goal! Jimmy, goal! Jimmy, goal!
It's like that South Park episode when that Pee Wee team was facing the Red Wings.
Yeah, that's exactly. No! That's exactly what it was. So yeah, the Red Wings got to get something going. I mean, Jimmy Howard hopefully can stay injured so that our better goaltenders play. Because Babcock will be like his usual, let's go out there and let's throw in Jimmy. You know, he's a good guy and he's a competitor. He's a great competitor, and we just gotta find a way to do something different. And but yeah, Jimmy's a competitor. And it's like, no, he's not. He sucks. But yeah, he's got the same Brady Hope problem. He's got too much loyalty. So.
And we will talk about Michigan football in another segment, which should be an interesting one. But yes, we've talked about, let's hear the West, obviously better than the East, and I think it has been for quite a while. Do you agree?
Yeah, even though the East has won some cups, the Western Conference is clearly a lot stronger. The Blackhawks are obviously the cream of the crop. And this is the year of basically admitting that your arch rivals are way better than you are. Except in football. English football. But we'll get to that.
Yes.
But yeah, the Blackhawks are clearly, once again, one of the creams of the crop. I find myself actually becoming a Penguins fan because if they play, I want the Penguins to beat Chicago because
obviously.
I don't want the Western Conference to win anymore, which is kind of weird. But St. Louis is playing great. The Avalanche have been playing great. They aren't quite as hot as they were to start the season, but obviously Patrick Waugh is doing a great job.
What was their first loss?
Detroit Red Wings. Heck yeah,
Wings.
the one thing we did right this year is we ended their winning streak. So
even though Cronwall got Cronwalled in that game.
Yes, he did. Yeah. But hey, once in a while, when you hit people that much, somebody's going to be looking out for you every single second of the game to get you back. So it happens, but he can take it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I should say that wraps up this segment of our little show here with Mr. Dustin. Glad to be back from his bit of a leave of absence.
Yep.
Like I messaged him a while ago, it feels like he moved back out west.
Yeah, it's been crazy. It's like I've missed being on this show quite a bit. It's like every time, and we had a couple of shows where I had to cancel because at the last second I actually got jobs for my photography business, which has been great.
Yeah, and then the NHL show, I made a shout out to Sweet Jenny Taft, which I wanted that to be on, but it seems like it kept getting delayed and delayed and delayed. It's like, damn it, I gotta make a show. I can't leave her hanging.
You saw it. YouTube would not let me. YouTube would not let me upload it without it taking 500 years, and everything kept shutting down. So I don't know what the deal is, but apparently I had to reformat it, but it's still not working well because I think the internet's slow because of my brother's computer. But we'll get that fixed.
Come on.
Jenny Taft, is that her name?
Yes.
Jenny Taft. Shout out to you.
Yes, if you've seen her on Fox Sports 1 yet, woohoo!
She's slightly attractive.
See what I mean? I get the hot women. Anyway, next segment, we will talk college football in our next segment with Mr. Dustin.
College football.